Good evening, it's 8 o'clock. The top headlines tonight. The Prime Minister lays the foundation stone of what will be Asia's biggest airport at Noida. The Noida airport said to be bigger than the Indira Gandhi International Airport in Delhi, says the government. The Prime Minister says this inauguration of the foundation stone is about nation building, not politics. But the UP Chief Minister at the ceremony makes his usual Jinnah jibes at Akhilesh Yadav. Akhilesh Yadav says the airport is being built so that the BJP can sell it after the UP elections. Mamata and PK strike the Congress again in a Meghalaya coup where more than two-thirds of the MLAs leave and join the TMC. Mukul Sangma, formerly of the Congress, says the TMC is now the main opposition to the BJP. But in Delhi, Sonia Gandhi chairs a strategy meeting of the Congress where they say we want opposition unity, including with the TMC in Parliament. Missing ex-Mumbai Police Commissioner Param Bir Singh appears today. He's questioned by the crime branch for the Mumbai Police, but he's still using an official car with the police flag. He tells the media today that he trusts the investigation and the Supreme Court. Well, Navjot Singh Sidhu again threatening a hunger strike against his own Chief Minister and government. He actually shares a stage with Chief Minister Channi while he's targeting him, saying the Chief Minister must release reports on sacrilege and drugs use. The Sidhu versus Channi divide, AAP capitalizes on it. 66 college students test positive in a college in Karnataka. All positive students are fully vaccinated. 66 of 300 students are positive, but the good news is none of them are serious. But news just breaking now at 8 o'clock is that ex-Mumbai Police Commissioner Param Bir Singh is just speaking to the media. Saurabh Gupta is there. Let's just go across to what Param Bir Singh just said after a day of questioning by the crime branch where Param Bir Singh appeared today this morning.
सुप्रीम कोर्ट के आदेश के अनुसार मैंने आज इन्वेस्टिगेशन ज्वाइन किया है, कोऑपरेट किया इन्वेस्टिगेशन के साथ एंड इससे ज़्यादा मुझे कुछ कहना नहीं है एंड जैसा कोर्ट का आदेश रहेगा मुझे कोर्ट के ऊपर पूरा विश्वास है एंड कोर्ट के आदेश के हिसाब से आगे की कार्रवाई होगी.
So Saurabh, the irony there really, this is the ex-Mumbai Police Commissioner who said in the Supreme Court last week that he fears a threat to his life from the Mumbai Police, now saying he's fully cooperating because he's got Supreme Court protection from arrest. What is the latest you've heard there today after the questioning?
Well, the latest is that the Mumbai police is going to continue to question him, and that's because they still have many cases against him, and it's not just one case. There's actually more than one case as far as Param Bir Singh is concerned. So obviously today he was questioned at the Unit 11 office of the crime branch, and of course that is something that took place over a few hours. In fact, it started a little before 12 in the afternoon and continued well into the evening. So that's of course something that took place today. And also what we know is that after that long day of questioning, he's come back to his official residence, which is Nilima here, which is of course a building for the top police officers of the state who are posted in Mumbai, actually ADG level and above. And also incidentally, the police commissioner lives in the same building. So the agency which is probing him is also the agency which he led a few months ago.
So that's really actually crazy. That's really actually
also coming in.
But that's really actually crazy because he's accused in 3 extortion cases involving many crores. He's accused also in that Intilia case of being involved in some way or the other. And here the irony that he still has his official car with the police flag on it. He still is there in a building where the Mumbai Police Commissioner also lives. So there's actually been no action taken against this man who disappeared for months as well while the Mumbai Police was looking for him.
Absolutely right. You know, Param Bir Singh's last official day of reporting to work was the 4th of May, and he hasn't reported to work, and the Mumbai Police told the court that he was untraceable. Well, he's back now with his police escort, with his security, with his official car. He went for questioning to the police station, came back in that official car, back to his official residence right here in Malabar Hill, which is of course the official residences for a lot of top police officers in the state here, including the Mumbai Police Commissioner, who also lives in this building. And remember, these are all cases, of course, that are being investigated by the Mumbai police. So, yes, it is bizarre in a sense that somebody who led the force suddenly goes missing, then comes back, suddenly resurfaces, and then has, access to all the sort of facilities that are given to a serving police officer, because at the end of the day, he's still a serving police officer.
It's absolutely unbelievable. Taxpayers' money paying for this sordid saga which is playing out there of the Mumbai police and senior police officers. Thanks so much, Saurabh, for that update. We'll keep tracking that story. But the other big headline tonight is the Prime Minister laying the foundation stone of what the government says will be Asia's biggest airport. The Noida airport, which is said to be bigger than Indira Gandhi International Airport in New Delhi. Once it is ready, it's estimated to be ready in 2024. The Prime Minister speaking today said this is about nation building, not politics. So, of course, this laying of the foundation stone comes just months before the UP elections. But the Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister at the ceremony made his usual jinnah jibes at ex-Chief Minister Akhilesh Yadav, who said today that the airport is being built so the BJP can sell it after the elections.
It was meant to be the foundation of a new airport, the atmosphere, that of a BJP election rally. A reflection of the dual significance of the proposed international airport in Noida, a major infrastructure project and a big poll plank for the BJP in the coming UP elections. The airport is supposed to be the biggest in Asia and is meant to serve the rapidly growing National Capital Region as well as acting as a gateway to western Uttar Pradesh.
Our design has everything to do with the passenger convenience. Our wish is that from day one we will be a net zero airport, that our airport will be operational by the end of September and early October 2024.
But the speeches before a massive crowd took a decisively political turn.
पहले ऐसे क्षेत्रों को एयरपोर्ट जैसी सुविधाओं से नहीं जोड़ा जाता था। माना जाता था कि दिल्ली में तो एयरपोर्ट और दूसरी सुविधाएं है ही। हमने इस सोच को बदला।
UP Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath went further, invoking Jinnah yet again, even though this was a government event.
ये देश गन्ने की मिठास को एक नई उड़ान देगा या जिन्ना के अनुयायियों से फिर दंगा करवाने की शरारत करवाएगा.
Akhilesh Yadav held a rally in Lucknow at the same time, hitting out at the BJP government over the proposed airport.
ये एयरपोर्ट इसलिए बन रहे हैं कि जिस समय एयरपोर्ट बन करके तैयार हो जाएगा, भारतीय जनता पार्टी इसको भी बेच देगी.
With UP Assembly election just months away, BJP has announced its campaign line, the Double Engine Sarkar, with Yogi Adityanath in state and Narendra Modi in centre. How much these projects will undo the damage caused by formulas in Western UP, only time will tell. With camera person Sasi Ganja, this is Arvind from Jewar for NDTV.
And Civil Aviation Minister Jyotra spoke exclusively to NDTV on the laying of the foundation stone, what this airport will mean for not just Western UP but as a gateway, and about the politics.
Earlier, I'm talking about the 90s, late 80s, 90s, early 2000s, growth would engender connectivity. Today, connectivity assures growth. 2001 was when this project was seeded by Rajnath Singh ji when he was Chief Minister. All subsequent governments in Uttar Pradesh, and I'm not necessarily going to name them, all subsequent governments did a ping-pong table tennis battle. And when we came into government in the state of Uttar Pradesh, Yogi Adityanath ji became Chief Minister. The double engine ki sarkar in the state and the center together made what was a dream for the people a reality.
Watch that full interview at 9 o'clock tonight. Meanwhile, staying with the politics, the Mamata Prashant Kishor duo has struck hard at the Congress again, because that really seems to be the big fight over opposition disunity, as it were. So the TMC footprint growing as they've taken a majority of the Congress MLAs in Meghalaya. So now outside West Bengal, the TMC's highest number of MLAs is actually in Meghalaya. Here's what the ex-Chief Minister of the Congress, Mukul Sangma, said today on why he decided to go with Mamata and Prashant Kishor.
In Shillong, the aftermath of a coup by Trinamool, 12 of the Congress's 17 MLAs broke away and joined it. Mamata Banerjee's swiftest and hardest blow to the Congress yet came while the Bengal Chief Minister was ironically in Sonia Gandhi's neighborhood. Hours before the coup, this is what she had said. Mukul, Sangma and company are the newest feathers in the cap of Mamata Banerjee as she steps on the gas to expand her footprint across the country with an eye on 2024. Sangma's farewell was not fond. He accused his alma mater of failing on the job. A chat in Kolkata with poll strategist Prashant Kishor helped him make up his mind, Sangma said. Kishor was also key to Trinamool's acquisition of former Congress Goa Chief Minister Luisine Valero.
The Indian National Congress is failing to really respond to its call of duty as a main opposition party. We have to take our political opponent hats on because that's what people expect. We can't just have lip service. I also end up meeting my friend Prashant Kishorji. I'm very happy to disclose that when we interacted, I felt that we share the same objective aim.
Not once but twice, Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi met Mr. Comrade Sangma and tried to placate him. But he seemed predetermined to break the Congress party in Meghalaya. Now the Congress says it will have to start from the drawing board, from the block to block, to ensure that those 12 MLAs who have left find a replacement and help the party resurrect itself in the northeastern state.
On Tuesday, two other Congress leaders, Kirti Azad and Ashok Tanwar, signed up with Trinamool. Adhir Chaudhary once again accused Mamata Banerjee of chipping away at Congress to help BJP, so her nephew is spared by Enforcement Directorate.
बात यही है अपने भतीजे को टीएमसी पार्टी को कद्दावर नेता को जो चोरी किए हैं घोटाला किया बचाना के उनका सबसे बड़ा प्राथमिकता.
With her footprint in Meghalaya, Trinamool has now expanded beyond Bengal to Tripura, Goa, Uttar Pradesh, Haryana and Bihar as well. Mamata Banerjee insisting her goal is BJP Hatao. Mamata Banerjee headed back from Delhi to Kolkata today but left the capital wondering about the impact of her Meghalaya midnight coup on her special equation with Sonia Gandhi and eventually opposition unity against the BJP. With Sunil Prabhu and Azam Siddiqui, Monideepa Banerjee, NDTV.
Meanwhile, in Delhi, Congress President Sonia Gandhi met with Congress MPs before next week's Parliament session. In this, apparently, was discussed opposition unity. Ironical given what's just happened in Meghalaya. Here's what Congress MPs said.
पार्टी के जो विषय है महत्वपूर्ण विषय है, चाहे वो इन्फ्लेशन का हो, चाहे पेट्रोल डीजल का हो, चाहे चाइनीज का एग्रेशन का मुद्दा हो और दूसरे पार्टी के नेताओं से भी बात करके हमको इस विषय पे एकजुट होके लड़ने के लिए हम सभी तैयार होना चाहिए. टीएमसी सभी लोगों से हम कांटेक्ट करेंगे, रिक्वेस्ट करेंगे जैसा कि जो लास्ट सेशन में हमने किया था.
But of course, the worry remains over unity within the Punjab Congress, because today, once again, Punjab State Congress Chief Navjot Sidhu hit out at his own Chief Minister and government. He did this again, ironically, while he was on the same stage as the Punjab Chief Minister.
कि 2 महीने पहले जो सरकार बनी, ठीक है कि बनी थी, दसो और रिपोर्ट लखा मावा रुल गया, लखा नौजवान सरिंजा लाला मुर्गे. ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਅੱਜ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਜੇ ਇਹ ਰਿਪੋਰਟ ਨਾ ਖੋਲੀ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਨੇ ਤੇ ਨਵਜੋਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਸਿੱਧੂ ਆਪਣੀ ਦੇਹੀ ਦਾ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਲਾਉ ਮਰਨ ਵਰਤ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਜਾਊ. ਇਹ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗੇ ਕਿ ਪਿਛਲਾ ਮੁੱਖ ਮੰਤਰੀ 4.5 ਸਾਲ ਤੇ ਸੁੱਤਾ ਕਿਉਂ ਪਿਆ ਰਿਹਾ.
Well, moving to the other big headline, what exactly the High Court said when it overruled the AIADMK government earlier decision to make Jayalalithas House into a memorial. They asked, is one memorial not enough? When will our rulers come out of this colonial mindset?
Once at the heart of Tamil Nadu's turbulent politics during Jayalalitha's lifetime, this mansion at Chennai's Poise Garden, called Veda Nilayam or Veda Home, will now go to her legal heirs, her niece and nephew. And they are clear they don't want it as a memorial, but something else in the memory of the former Chief Minister and AIADMK chief. The state government has to hand over the keys in 3 weeks after a High Court order. In 2020, the then ruling AIADMK took over the house, passing a law even without consulting Jayalalitha's family. Just before elections, the then Chief Minister inaugurated the memorial. The court has ruled that's illegal, saying no public interest in this acquisition. There is already an 80 crore memorial for Jayalalitha along the marina a few kilometers away. What's the inspirational story that Veda Nilayam may provide, which the 80 crore marina memorial doesn't?
எங்களுடைய அதாவது அனைத்து இந்திய அண்ணா திராவிட முன்னேற்ற கழக என்னை போன்ற ஒவ்வொரு தொண்டர்களுடைய அந்த எண்ணங்களிலும் கோவிலாக திருக்கோவிலாக ஆலயமாக நினைக்கின்ற இடம் அம்மா வாழ்ந்து மறைந்த அந்த இல்லம். மேல் நடவடிக்கை எடுப்பது குறித்து அதே போன்று அரசை பொறுத்தவரை எம்ஆர் நடவடிக்கை எடுப்பது குறித்து கட்சி உரிய நேரத்திலே அது குறித்து முடிவு செய்யும்.
An embarrassed AIADMK is yet to take a call on its next course of action. The ruling DMK, sources say, is unlikely to challenge this order. For Deepa and Deepak, it's a huge victory and an emotional moment, though this could turn into a long-drawn legal battle. Local residents are relieved, as many do not want a memorial in a residential area. In Chennai with Suresh, Sam Daniel, Find the TV.
Well, let's look at the latest on COVID numbers. Well, good news again for India, as our active cases are the lowest in 539 days, and the cases in the last 24 hours are below 10,000. In fact, they're just around 9,100. Deaths in the last 24 hours, 396. They're also down. The vaccinations today are over 78 lakhs till 7 o'clock. Tests in the last 24 hours are pretty much the same, and the daily positivity rate continues to be below 1%, which is good. However, there is some worry over breakthrough infections. So the good news, of course, is that they're usually mild, but 66 college students have tested positive after attending a college event in Dharwad district in Karnataka. They were vaccinated with 2 doses, though it's not clear yet which vaccine it was. So 2 hostels have now been sealed. The good news is that most of the students have mild infections. However, India can't be complacent given the global surge in cases. Let's just look at the overall numbers. US cases are above 1 lakh again. In fact, India is the 7th globally. Looking at those numbers, the US is at over 1,11,000 in just the last 24 hours. In the United Kingdom, number 2 in the world at over 42,000, followed by France, Russia, Turkey, Brazil. India at number 7 with over 9,000 cases. But just compare India's population with these countries, and you can see that how India's infection rate is much, much less than these other countries. And just, of course, the other cause for worry is that now South Africa has said that they have discovered a new COVID variant with multiple mutations. Scientists have said they detected this new variant and have said that the new variant is responsible for the surge in infections recently in South Africa. The South Africa Health Minister said the variant is of serious concern and behind the exponential rises in cases. Currently, they have over 1,200 daily cases, up from 100 daily cases earlier in November. Also, Europe, where the surge continues, the European Union health officials have said that there should be now booster doses for all member states. And as we end tonight, let's just look at the Indian Navy's new arsenal. As new submarine INS Vela was inducted into the Indian Navy today. It's built at a cost of approximately 4,000 crores. INS Vela is a French Scorpene-class submarine built in India, among the world's most advanced non-nuclear submarines. It gets its name from a type of stingray found in Indian waters. It carries forward the legacy of its namesake, decommissioned in 2010. The original INS Vela served the Indian Navy for 37 years.
And given today's dynamic and complex security situation, Vela's capabilities and firepower will play a crucial role in enhancing the Navy's ability to protect, promote and preserve India's maritime interests across the seascape of the Indian Ocean region.